Welcome back to Chapter 6 of our Introduction to the Dairy Rates series, and today we are going to break down and install package plays. Package plays is an all-encompassing group of plays that can be defined as either-or plays. It is taking the concept of the standard option play to the next level by not only moving the reads farther and farther downfield, we're changing how the reads are read, reaction, footwork, whatever, and we're also taking the concepts of audibles where instead of wholesale changing plays based on alignment or whatever, we read the defense and we allow the defense to put themselves in conflicts of assignment. And when you put a defense in conflicts of assignment, you can be very basic with your offense, but also be very effective. Okay? So the groupings of these package plays that we have that I want to go through. First, we're going to talk about access throws. After that, we're going to work on to RPOs, PPOs, the PO section of plays, and then we're going to talk about package plays that are packaged together, 2 plays or 3 plays in one. And then, as always, at the end, we're going to break out the film and we're going to look at various examples of how Phil Longo uses these plays in Wisconsin's offense. So, with that being said, let's get into huddle and into the classroom and talk about some of these plays. Okay, so here we are in huddle in our classroom, and we are going to start learning how to install various versions of these package plays. And again, package plays are any play that adds more than one concept together. And there are various versions of them, but they all fit into that same package play category. All right, the first one that we're going to talk about is the one that we saw a lot of last year. And that is what we call access throws. So what an access throw is a pass route that is built into a run play or is tagged onto a run play that if we get a high percentage leverage on that receiver based on the route he's running, that we are just going to throw the football. This is a pre-snap yes-no kind of play. This is not an RPO where we're reading a defender. We are reacting to alignment of a defender, and we'll go from there. All right, so an example that we saw a lot this last season was we'll have our offense. Here we are on a 2x2 set. We're going to run inside zone. Okay, working our double teams, etc. Okay, we're going to have our read guy out here as usual. Okay, so regardless of anything, this is a good box to run in. It's a typical 6-man box that we see versus a spread offense. But what we would see is usually to the boundary is the wide receiver out here would be given a short route, usually like a hitch or a quick out, and he's just going to run that. Based on what we see with leverage, what we need the quarterback to be able to do is take one step with his backside foot, or so if he's right-hand quarterback, his right foot, okay, and be able to deliver the ball as soon as possible. Okay? We are taking, by running this access throws, what we are saying is the chance of gaining 5 yards here is a higher percentage than the chance of gaining 5 yards here. Okay? On any run play, no matter how good your offense is, it's a 50-50 shot of success, and success being 4 yards or more. Okay? With an access throw like this, and assuming our quarterback is accurate and we don't drop the ball, there are variables, of course. But if a corner is, if they're playing a cover 4 shell and this corner is playing 7-8 yards off, this is easy pitch and catch, especially if we run this play to the boundary and we just slide everybody over a little bit. And this turns into an 8-yard or, a very short throw. Quick drop. Get the ball out here. That's a very short throw. And what you end up getting is a very high percentage play. And as long as, again, the variables that are always there, snap and footwork, etc. But the quarterback is allowed to make the decision, is this going to be high percentage? If it is, we're going to take it. If not, we're just going to run the inside zone as planned. Inside zone as planned. Read here. Okay, this backside end, our read end, even if we're going to throw the access throw, quarterback also has to have that in his mind. Can he set his foot and get the ball out here before an unblocked end with blood in his mouth can get to me? You'd be surprised at how many times that option is very easy for him to see, that he has time to get that throw off. Again, we practice with pass rush against our quarterbacks with nobody blocking, just to get that sense of catch, set, throw, catch, set, throw. And this is where timing and understanding leverage really comes into it. And this route here can be changed based on leverage. Here, we can have an outbreaking. We can run it more like a slant. We can run quick goes. There's a lot of different options that we can run as access throws. But this is a yes or no type of option play. Pre-snap, do we have the leverage? Do we have the alignment that we like out here to throw the access throw? Yes, we throw it. That's our answer. If we don't get that answer, then we go to our second option, which is the inside run. And it's pretty easy. Again, all we're trying to do is raise our percentages. And it's a way to sneak extra yards. It's a way to sneak extra concepts past the defense. And it also is going to force defenders here to be playing out of alignment when they're expecting run. Defenses like to have a 3-layered attack here, 3-layered defense to be able to fill the run fit more cleanly. But if we start hitting access throws to any of these receivers, it's going to cause DBs to creep down. Causing DBs to creep down is going to take them out of the run fit, but then also sets them up for the play action pass, etc., taking shots downfield. So access throws are an easy way to cheat free passing yards. Again, if you do it right. All right. So the next thing we're going to talk about here in a second is package plays. And these are 2 plays packaged together. And again, a pre-snap yes or no usually type of play. All right. So the next play in the package play grouping that we're going to talk about is a package play. And a package play, a lot like an access throw, is a pre-snap, look at the defense, and you choose one of the options that you have. But by what we do with package plays is we expand upon that a little more and give at least 2 options, sometimes 3. So we have answers to everything. These are the type of plays that you can literally run an entire series with the same play if you have it set up right, and of course you're playing against the right defense. All right, so an example we'll use here is my box players. We're going to run outside zone. Okay. Now the only difference here we're going to run with outside zone is instead of everybody running outside zone, we are going to base block if you're covered to the back side, and we're going to outside zone if you're covered to the front side. Okay. We do this just to make sure that we have a clean pocket. Okay. So this is play 1. Play 2, we are going to have a simple backside slant. Okay? And then out here, we are going to run a bubble screen. Okay? Bubble screen. Okay, so pre-snap, the quarterback has 3 options. Okay? Option 1 is always the run, at least when I set up plays like this. Okay, so what the quarterback is going to do is he's essentially going to count the box. Okay, we have 5 blockers plus a running back. How are we in comparison to what they have in the box? In this particular case, they have 6 in the box. We have 5 blockers. We have 1 running back. Okay, if the quarterback likes that even though we're -1 in blockers, but we're even man-to-man, that the running back can make one guy miss, we have a run play there. Okay, if we don't like that, then he has 2 pass options. And pass options are going to be based on leverage and game plan. Okay, so in our case here, and I don't know why I did that. That needs to be the actual bubble in the bubble screen. Okay, so for example, look out here. We have a bubble screen. We have a 3/3 bubble screen. Okay, our third defender is playing 10 to 12 yards off, 10 yards off in this example. Okay, and we also have another pass option where we have a single slant over a off coverage. Okay, and in this case, a lot of times it'll depend on, if you have a right-hand quarterback, he might be more inclined to throw this because it's an easy step back and rifle it out there. And it also just comes down to down and distance, etc. But we have 2 pass options. So leverage-wise, this is probably the easiest. Okay, but it's a more difficult throw just because we have to go farther. Here, we have 3/3, but we try to have a nice, fast athlete here at the H position to go against this safety. So 2-for-2 blocking, and we got a 1-on-1 matchup here. This is a chance for some easy yards. Okay, but again, we can run an entire series like this because let's say we come out like this and we hit the bubble screen. Okay, we hit the bubble screen and we keep hitting it and hitting it. Then what you're going to end up doing is this guy right here is either this guy is going to start leaking out because he wants to catch up on the bubble screen. Okay, if he does that, now it lightens our box. It lightens our box, which gives us a better chance to run, which brings him back in, which causes the safety to go down. Causes the safety to go down. All right, that's fine. Now they take an extra guy out here who could help roll down on the backside for the slant. We hit the slant. We can hit the slant. That's going to cause him to come down. And it's just a chess game. Basically what we are forcing the defense to do is to get into basic, standard, man-to-man, mano-a-mano defense, vanilla defense, because we trust that at the end of the day, our athletes are better than their athletes on defense. So that's the chess game with a play like this. And again, we could run this all the way downfield. And we could change this route back here if we wanted to. We could change the blocking scheme in here. But we have some kind of screen, some kind of run, some kind of quick pass, all packaged into one. And we let the defense tell us how to beat them. It makes play calling a hell of a lot easier. Because like I said, you can call one play the entire series. Okay, good. Next up, we are going to talk about the catch-all phrase that you hear for these type of plays that really isn't as much because it is a specific type of package play, and that is the RPO. So let's get into that. All right, so let's install a run-pass option. A run-pass option is exactly what it sounds like. It is reading a second-level defender to either pass or run the ball. Run-pass option. That's what it is. And it can basically it is a way to run option football, your standard zone read, speed option, whatever you want to call it, the old school option stuff, and you can run it with any type of quarterback because you're moving the read from the line of scrimmage to the second level. And eye manipulation can go a long way to setting up these type of plays. All right, so The example we're going to use here, okay, is we are going to run a basic inside power scheme right here. Okay, so we're going to run basic, pull, and wrap. You'll either pull here or pull here depending on how this guy reacts. Okay, with RPOs, we're going to block everybody on the line of scrimmage, and everyone else is going to work through the normal blocking scheme. Okay, and he's going to carry on as if he's going to lead up on this middle linebacker right here. Okay, so how the run pass option is set is we have our defender, and in this case, we're going to read the Mike linebacker, and we're going to send a route that threatens his pass zone. Okay, in this case, we're going to send a straight seam right above his head. Okay, we're going to have extra passes in here set up in case we need extra options. So usually with a route like this, we're going to have a vertical route and usually like an arrow route, something straight out here, and then either a quick access throw or a run off on the backside. Okay, we're going to get into the run fit right here. Boom. Okay, our eyes are going to be right here on this defender. Okay, if he comes downhill, because we're going to present an open gap in front of him with a ball carrier coming down. If he comes down to attack the ball carrier, okay, we are going to pull it out and we are going to throw the seam right above him. Okay, if he hesitates at all, he stands still, he drops out, whatever, we're going to hand the ball off. He takes himself out of the play based on doing what he's told to do. He's reacting to the run fit. He gets downhill. We throw it behind him. He tries to jump the pass play. We run it right where he is. No matter what he does is wrong. Okay. I like running RPOs and stuff out of formations like trips and stuff like this because it can help me guarantee that I get zone coverage. RPO plays are much easier to run against zone coverage, because you don't need to have a backup access throw necessarily. And you don't have to worry about an athlete on the outside screwing up your read inside. So, we get trips here. We're going to probably get some sort of quarter, half coverage back here. We can influence this week's, there's an extra linebacker in the box. That doesn't matter. Again, we'll fit it how we want to. We can influence that by, pass setting back here and trying to get him to step into a pass drop. We can also add an access throw behind him that if he shows aggression off the snap, we can just throw it behind him. So there are options there. But the basic run pass option is set up here. Okay, high-low, inside with the middle linebacker. Again, whatever he chooses, he's wrong. Now, it comes down to us executing underneath, but the defense has told us how to beat him. If you have an aggressive middle linebacker that comes downhill based on base blocks, and a gap's going to open up right here. He's going to see the running back. It's hard for that middle linebacker not to attack downhill until we hit this a couple times. So that's one example of a RPO. And there are many different types. And we see that throughout the Badgers offense as well. And now we're going to get into some film, and we're going to look at some various versions of how the Badgers run access throws, package plays, and RPOs in Phil Longo's air raid system. All right, here we are with the film, and we're going to look at one example of each of these play types. I'm going to try to make this video a little bit shorter. Hopefully, get you to see a little bit more of what we're putting down here. So we're just going to look at one example of each. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a successful version of the play, but it's going to show you what we're trying to do with these plays in the air raid offense at Wisconsin. All right, so first up here, we have an example of an access throw. Okay, so in the box, we are going to run GT lead. Okay, and then outside here, Chimray DK is going to run a hitch. So, boom, 5 yards, turn around. And then we're going to throw the ball. Nice, easy pitch and catch. This is all, again, we catch a snap, and eyes are immediately outside because he knows where he wants to go. Okay, this is not a way that you can tell these plays are not RPOs or these are not like play action is you look at where the throw ends up and think, is that player going to get into the run fit? Okay, so we look here. This is the alignment that we're reading with the corner. There's no chance he's getting into the run fit on this. No chance. So the fact that we're throwing this means, okay, then could it be a play action? Well, no, because the front side receivers here, they're just blocking. So this is a single route tagged to the backside of a run play. And no matter where Tanner's eyes are, he looked at this pre-snap, saw this alignment here. His cornerback is playing at 9 yards. And again, his first step in is off the play is back. So he's going to get to his landmark. He's got 6 yards of cushion. Tanner knows this. So he's going to pull the ball out. Nice, easy pitch and catch. And turns, look at the box. Could this have set up into something? Sure. Blocks are actually, we got our down blocks here. We got a kick out here. We got our lineman coming through. This could have turned into something. It looks like they even have an extra hat. But this is higher percentage. This is easier. And coaches are going to take easier every day. It's a 10-yard gain on an inside run play on 1st and 10. That's the efficiency that we like to see. And again, he's got free rusher in his face because that end is a read. He knows this, so he's got to get rid of the ball quickly. Okay? And the end is slow playing. He's doing it correctly, and that gives Tanner even more time. So that's an access throw. Now let's take a look. Okay, cut myself off on that last clip. A little too trigger happy with the pause button, but here we are. We're going to show you a version of a package play. Okay, and a package play, again, we are going to take two concepts, build them into one, and give our quarterback the option to pick which play gives him the best leverage. All right, so in this example here, we're going to be running outside, and you've seen this play before if you watch my channel. This was in our breakdown of Georgia Southern, obviously, but also we did a one-shot of this whole series where this play was a featured member of it. So what we're going to be running here, we're going to be running outside zone here in the box, okay, and we're going to be running a 3-man bubble screen outside here. Okay, so what we are trying to do is we're trying to create the best leverage. Okay, and why we're going to like the bubble screen on this. And if we look at the box, okay, we're 5 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These guys are overhang. One of these guys is going to we're going to end up calling the edge rusher, and it's going to be the read on the outside zone. Why we like the bubble screen that's going to come out of this, though, is the leverage that the corner gives us. Usually when you get a condensed formation, I like to keep a defender outside of it because at least then I have an edge, a natural edge created by that defender. Because this corner is playing heads up on our wide receiver, we have a lot of space to get outside. So really all it takes is Will Pauling to turn on the jets and turn the corner, and he's going to be able to get some yards. All right, so that being said, we read this as 3 over 3 with 7-yard cushion and a 10-yard cushion and basically inside leverage here. The 3-on-3, we're going to have a linebacker on Pauling at best. And what we end up getting is they check late, and even better. He's standing still. We're going to go 1, 2, and then we're going to let Pauling beat number 3, who's already 12 yards downfield. So easy. Get the ball out. We set up the blocks, and we just get outside. This really isn't an RPO. You can tell right there, That's where Tanner wants to go. He just steps back to get out of the way. There's no read. The read was made pre-snap. We like what we see. We're going to come back to it quickly. Boom, get the ball out there, get it out in space, high percentage, get the ball in our athlete's hand, and we go. And like we said before, the box. Could we run the outside zone? Yeah. There'll probably be a chance for success. But we have a higher percentage chance and more efficient chance to just pitch it out here, get it in space, and let our slot receiver do the work. And that's why we like these type of plays. All right, let's move on from here. We're going to talk about RPOs. Okay, so that was a package play. Now let's take a look at an RPO. And here we go. This is against Rutgers. We are going to come out in let's get through this. Okay, 3-by-1 set. And we're going to be reading this overhang defender here. Okay, so on the snap, offensive line is blocking GH lead. And we're looking how this defender fits. Does he get downhill in the run fit, or does he sit still? Okay, he sits still. He doesn't widen. So this out here running our little hitch route is, again, high percentage. So this is the read. If our flat defender here widens with the hitch, we're going to hand it off inside. If he inserts on the run, we're going to throw it outside. Easy read. And they have, we have good numbers in the box. The run, is the run there? Let's see. I think we fit it pretty good. I think the run scheme is there, and that's always a good sign with RPOs. It's just getting that extra defender out here, because this is set up correctly. If this edge guy here, this overhang defender is reading the box here, and he reads pull, a lot of times he's going to be the scrape over the top defender. So he's going to come, we're going to get down blocks, he's going to come downhill. He's going to flow and try to meet his puller. And then what we're going to get here is the overhang coming through and cleaning up. Because we're isolating him and putting him in no man's land, now he reacts slowly. And when you make one defender react slowly, it really sets up the rest of the offense. All right, good. So there we go. There is a package play, there is a access throw, and there's an RPO. There are versions of how Phil Longo uses it in the Badgers offense. They are really simple way to put defenders in conflicts of assignment. When you put defenders in conflicts of assignment instead of allowing them to react to the football, you give yourself a much better chance to have success on offense. All right. So that's chapter 6. And that is your introduction to the Dairy Raid offense. In the past 6 episodes, we have gone through everything from your base passing game to checkdowns and screens, the inside zone, the outside zone, the power scheme, and we bring it all together with package plays, access throws, package plays, and RPOs. That's complete offense. And they're plays that work off of each other and work with each other to create a dynamic offense. And it takes time. Anything new takes time. But to those of you who think this is a simplistic approach to football, I have to tell you, it's not simplistic. It's effective. And it's forcing defenses to play simpler. Nobody talks about how simple defenses are these days. But this is a way for modern football to play faster, to play smarter, and to play more efficiently without having to use plays with 12 words in it and 15 checks with me on the line. Or dumb it down even more where you block 8 and only throw 2 in the route. Simplifying and being more efficient does not mean easier in modern football. And that's what the Dairy Raid is. Efficient. And we have a lot of good things to come here at Wisconsin. Like anything new, it takes time. I'm really looking forward to year 2, and I'm really looking forward, hopefully, to seeing some film this this spring. All right. So next time we are going to wrap up this series. We'll do a little bit of review of each of our previous chapters, and we're going to talk about looking ahead to what to expect this season and how to use your new knowledge here in the Dairy Raid offense to enhance your fan experience in the 2024 season. So with that, we'll end for today, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.